All right. So, hello, Move Easy Movers. Welcome to Move Easy Yoga with Kathy. Today is Tuesday, September 26th. Normally, Via teaches on Tuesday, but she is on her honeymoon. So, I'll be doing Tuesdays or whatever day you're watching this YouTube video. So, today's focus is going to be on arms, shoulders, some core, and some back. So, basically, a little bit of legs all over the place. For props, you'll need your trusty chair and a block. We're going to be, or support for sideline. We're going to be doing some sideline poses. So we're going to start in our usual manner with legs on a chair. Now, there are options. You can have your legs on a chair. That's great. You can also have them up a wall or whatever is most comfortable for you. Legs on a chair just puts our lower back in traction, which is a good way to get our body ready for movement. So let's review this just real quickly. Lower legs need to be parallel. So if you have longer legs than I do, most people do, you need to put a pillow or something on the chair. Hips are a few inches away. Your hips are in neutral, so there's a natural curve to your back. We're going to be here for 7 minutes. Just breathe normally. Arms are wherever they're most comfortable. Bring yourself, your awareness into your yoga space. And I'm setting my timer. Okay, time's up. Stay where you are. If you choose, you can roll your tongue under the roof of your mouth. And we're going to slowly move our head from right to left about 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There you go. All right. So the next thing we're going to do, in case you haven't guessed, is vagus nerve reset. We're all familiar with this. Your head stays stationary, just your eyes move. So we're going to start with moving just our eyes to the right. Wait for that sigh, swallow, yawn, or gulp. Excuse me, heaven's right away for me. I do this all the time. And then once you've done that, your eyes go to the left, head is still stationary. Wait for that sigh, swallow, yawn, or gulp. We're activating our vagus nerve. So go ahead and do this 2 more times on each side. I'll give you a couple of minutes. Go ahead and finish up. Next thing we're doing is head ramping. Now you can keep whatever support you have under your head, or you can put a set of therapy balls or a sponge ball. Whatever you choose. I like a sponge ball because it gives me more give here. So what we're doing is we are pressing the back of our neck away from our body. If you're like me, you spend a lot of time looking down at your devices, phone, iPad, computer. We want to reverse that. So we're pressing the bony ridge, the occipital ridge. It's the bony part between your ears, runs along your scalp line, away from your body. You can do this sitting up, you can do it lying down. So press, hold, and release. We're going to do this 4 more times. Press, hold, and release. Press, hold, and release. Press, hold, and release. Last one. Press. Oh, that one did it. Hold, excuse me, and release. If you yawn or sigh, or like I just did, it means you're still activating that vagus nerve. And that last one did it for me. That was the yawn. So there we go. Now, another thing about that head ramping is you can do that anytime, anywhere. The other day I was sitting at a stoplight and I started doing it because it's very subtle. And it's just a good habit to get into, especially if you look down a lot like I do. So the breathing exercise today is extended exhale breathing. Now we're all familiar with this. It's another good practice. What you do is you take a normal inhale and count your inhale, like 1, 2, 3, 4. And then your exhale, excuse me, your exhale should be longer, preferably at least twice as long. So you want to make the exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and beyond. If you can't do that, that's fine. It's whatever you can do. You also might find if you purse your lips, you can extend your exhale. So we're going to do one together, and then I'll give you a few minutes to do one on your own because everybody's different on their inhale and exhale. So my vagus nerve must be activated. I'm still yawning. I'm not sleepy. Okay. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So take a couple of minutes. Do this at your own pace. We'll finish up. The next thing we're doing is a vacuum. Now you can do your vacuum in this position if you choose, or you can move away from your couch or move your chair away. My preference is to have my legs straight, but it's up to you. Whichever way is comfortable. If your legs are bent, that's fine. My personal preference is to have my legs straight. What we're doing, this is pelvic floor work. We're going to create a vacuum in our pelvic floor, hold our air out of our lungs for the count of 10. So you take a normal inhale and then exhale everything. I'm just describing, you don't have to do it. Exhale everything out of your lungs, hold it out, all count to 10. You're making a vacuum. You want to press your lower back against the floor, push your belly button down towards the floor, Hold it out. Create a vacuum for 10 and then release. We'll do this about 3 times. So, normal inhale through the nose. Now exhale everything out of your lungs. Press your back against the floor, belly button goes down, create a vacuum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release. Give yourself a minute to get your breath back. Okay, normal inhale through your nose. Now exhale everything out of your lungs. Press your back against the floor. Create a vacuum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Go ahead and inhale. Bring your breath back. There's a tongue twister. Bring your breath back. Give it a minute. Now last one, take a normal inhale. Now exhale everything out of your lungs. Create a vacuum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Go ahead and inhale. Good job. Good job. Okay, since we're down here in this position, we're going to do some arm work. So, arms in a T on either side of your body. The movement is this. Your arms are straight. They're going to come up together, parallel, palms facing each other, shoulder width apart, and then back down. I didn't have a timer on that. Okay, we're going to do that for 40 seconds. So arms in a T and up. We're moving fairly slowly, and then down and straight up again. Shoulders are relaxed against the floor. We're just using the arms at this point. Up we go and down. And then up and down. We're not bringing our hands together. They're stopping at shoulder width. And down. Okay, good. Good job. The next movement is, and I prefer not having head support for this. Your hands are together, prayer pose. They go above your head, thumbs towards the floor, and then back up. Again, we're just moving our arms. So again, it's prayer pose, straight up, back. Keep your arms as straight as you can. If you need to bend your elbows, and then up. You may feel this in your upper back. So again, it's a 40-second move. So arms straight up, prayer pose, overhead, touch the floor, come back up. Go back down. Try to keep your arms straight if you can't, that's fine. And bring it back up. Straight up to the ceiling. Now come on back. And straight up to the ceiling. And One more. Come on back. Straight up to the ceiling. Okay. The third arm movement in this triplet is you've got cactus arms on the floor. Now, this, if you have difficulty keeping both your elbows and your wrists on the floor, you can put a towel or a blanket under. But the movement is cactus arms come up, elbows and lower arms come together, and then they go back down. And again, this is going to be 40 minutes, 40 seconds. We're moving slowly. So cactus arms on the floor, bring up, touch your elbows and your wrists, and then come back down. Come on up. If you can't touch your elbows and your wrists, that's okay. Just get as close as you can, and then come back down. Try to keep your shoulders relaxed. Try not to hunch. That's the tendency here. So come on up and back down. And one more. Come on up and back down. Okay. All right. So the next thing we're doing is we're going to be standing at a wall. So go ahead and take your time. I actually need to move my computer. So find your wall support. Okay. So we're going to do two of our normal moves, a back bend at the wall. We have our back to the wall, a couple of inches away, standing in good posture, always. So let's review that real quickly. Our feet are just a comfortable width apart, ankles and knees above the ankles, hips above the knees, shoulders above the hips. Pretend you have a string attached to your head that's pulling you up. So good posture. And we're going to do the back bend at the wall. It's a 40-second hold. So arms come up, palms on the wall, elbows as close to your head as possible. This is a bone building pose. So we want to be static for a few seconds, 40-second hold. And come on down. Okay. Now we're going to do this spine twist. We're all familiar with this one too. So starting on your right side, right foot forward, left foot back. Your elbows are at your waist, palms up. And we rotate towards the wall, put our palms on the wall. I try to make sure my palms are even to each other. So the points of our hips are parallel, but our shoulders are as close to facing the wall or the door as much as possible. You can't do it 100%, but just as much as you can. Again, a 40-second hold. Now after this, we're going to do a core at the wall. So that'll be interesting. And that's 40 seconds. All right. Now we're going to do the other side. Left foot forward, Right foot back, elbows at sides. And rotate palms on the wall. Another 40-second hold. These rotations are really good for the back. Two seconds, and then one. Okay, come on around. Good job. Now the third in this triplet is actually it's a core exercise, and we're going to do it for 1 minute. Now I want to caution you, pace yourself. Trust me, I've been doing this. What we're doing is we're using the wall as support, and we're going to march in place. We want to raise our knees as high as possible, but like I say, pace yourself. 1 minute is a long time. This works the core. So go as slow. You don't have to do it really fast. Just go as slow as you feel you can go, and just try to keep your knees up. This works the lower part of your core. This is going to be a full minute. So here we go. For a full minute. The wall is just there for support. If you don't need to put your hand on support, that's up to you. I like doing it because that way I can focus on my legs. And again, you do want to bring your knees up as much as possible, but this is longer than what we usually do. And it's a full minute to get the full benefit of it. So you need to be cautious. So marching in place and raising your knees as high as possible. 10 seconds. That minute goes by fast if you think about it. There we go. 1 minute. Good job. Okay, we're going to go back to the mat. I got to plug in again. So we're going to do another new thing. So we're going to be prone on our mats, so face down. I'd like you to come into you can start with hands and knees, but I'd like you to come into a Sphinx pose, which is hips on the ground, elbows below your shoulders, hands out in front, looking forward. This in itself is a good back exercise. Plus, you can take some really deep breaths in this position. Let's try one. A deep breath. Yeah, you get the back of your lungs. Now, what we're going to do in this position is we are going to move our head to the left and try to look at our left foot and hold that position for 30 seconds. Then we're going to move our head to the right and try to look at our right foot and hold that for 30 seconds. So here we go. There's my 30 seconds. There it is. So look to the left, keep everything still. Try to look at your foot. Go as far as you can. If you feel pain, of course, stop. Try to look at your foot. Say hi, foot, for 30 seconds. Try to hold that position. There we go. Come back to front. And we're going to look the other way. Oops. Now look to the right. Try to look at your foot. Be aware of where you're feeling this. I'm feeling it in my lower hips. Well, lower back, upper hips, I guess. There we go. Come on back. So that's it's a different kind of a twist. Now we're going to do our thoracic twist that we have done before. Just checking my notes. Okay, so we are on the floor, starting on the left. Going to be a 40-second movement. Shoulders on the floor, left leg comes up. Anything below the waist you can move, so you can do anything you want with this leg. You can flex your foot and point it and wave it around. You can touch it on the other side, as long as you keep both shoulders on the floor. Raise it and lower it. Bend your knee. Come on down. We're going to do the right leg now. Look towards the right. Both shoulders on the floor. Right leg comes up. Wave it around. Touch it on the other side. You can point and flex your foot if you choose. Rotate your ankle. Bend your knee. Lift it up and down. That would be really good for your glutes. And down. Okay, good job. Now we're going to do the back bend with the airplane. So I need my pillow because I don't like having my forehead down. So arms at your sides. We're going to lift up and palms towards the ceiling and hold this and then come back down. And then we're going to lift up and come out into an airplane. So here we are. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, come on up. Now your head is in a head ramping position. So you're facing the floor. Your palms are towards the ceiling. Your shoulders are above the floor. If you need to lower them because your lower back is hurting, go ahead and do that. If you feel it in your lower back, you want to bring yourself down a little. Excuse me. If you don't feel it in your lower back, you might want to raise a little. Take an inhale and come on down. Good job. Now we're going to do an airplane. So inhale to prepare. Exhale, come on up. Same position as before. Inhale to prepare again. Exhale, arms out. And again, your face is facing the floor. Your shoulders are up. If you can, bring them up a little bit more without hurting your back. Now your arms are parallel to the ground. And we're staying in this position for a few more seconds. Inhale, exhale, come on down. Okay. Good job. Now, I just realized I forgot to write something down. We're going to come up to a sitting position. I need to take a quick note, so just bear with me. All right. So we have not done, because I forgot to write that part down, our side bend with lat stretch that we normally do. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. So it was late last night when I was working on this. I must have gotten distracted. Okay. So sitting. Start on the right, slide your hand along the mat. Other arm comes up and over. Keep both sits bones on the floor. Now that we've already warmed up, I can really feel this in my side. Okay, now lower your arm till it's parallel. You'll feel a different stretch. Cool. Now arm up, torso up. Okay. Other side. Feels different doing this towards the end of class rather than at the beginning. Slide your hand along the mat. Other arm comes up and over. Now lower that arm, that upper arm till it's parallel. Reach for that corner. Reach, reach, reach. Okay. Arm up, torso up. And now we're going to do the thoracic spine rotation we normally do. So I need to adjust this. So left hand on right knee, right arm is behind you, spider fingers for support. Rotate your shoulders to the right. Now you can move your head from right to left. You can move your torso from right to left. You can do both, just not at the same time. Or you can just enjoy the stretch. We've got 10 more seconds. Come on around. We'll do the other side. Right hand on left knee, left arm behind you. Rotate your shoulders. And 1 second. There we go. Okay. Now we're going to go into a sideline position. So you might want to have your support, whether it's a brick or rolled up blanket. I'm going to start on my right side. So stack everything. Stack your ankles, your knees, your hips, your shoulders. We're going to start with something we did on Saturday, which is straighten your upper leg and move it behind. And then you can either pulse or you can hold it behind you. This is a 30-second hold. So upper leg is straight, and then just hold it behind you. Your foot is flexed. Again, you can pulse it if you like, or just hold it back there. This is a good hip opener. Okay. And the next movement is the leg is forward. You want to try to make it 90 degrees straight ahead. Foot is flexed, and then we flex and point our foot. That's another 30-second movement. So straight leg, foot is straight ahead, point and flex, and point and flex, and point and flex. Should feel it right back in your butt. Also in your leg. Okay. There we go. Now the last movement is a new movement. This is new. So your legs are going to be straight. You're actually going to be using your hip here. Your feet are flexed, and this is called scissor legs. So your feet are just maybe an inch off the mat, and you go like this and like this. Your legs are scissors. You're going back and forth. Your hips are where the scissors meet. So this is the movement. We'll do that for 30 seconds. So scissors open the other way. Your feet are flexed. I'm having to balance myself with my hands, so whatever works for you. There we go. Yeah, that's a kind of different, isn't it? We're going to go to the other side. So we'll start with making sure everything is stacked. Now, when you extend your leg back, you can either have your lower leg straight or you can bend it, whatever works for you. Your foot is flexed and you're just moving your leg back. So let me get my timer. So move it back. Foot is flexed. Now again, you can pulse it if you choose, or you can just stretch it. Okay, 30 seconds. The next movement is foot in front, 90 degrees if possible, and point in flex. So let's go ahead and timer going. Point and flex, point and flex. Now just be aware of where you're feeling it. I'm feeling it all the way up my leg, all the way up into my butt. There's no right or wrong answer. Everybody's different. Point and flex. Okay, bring it back. And now we're going to do the scissors. So legs are straight. You're balancing on your hip and your shoulder. So you might want to have your upper hand solidly on the mat. You raise them just a couple inches, flex your feet, and let's be scissors. It looks kind of funny, but it's actually very good for the hips. Okay, that's it. So we're going to do one more thing. We all know what that is. Our favorite thing to do, the plank. I know you love it. So we're going to plank for 20 seconds, rest for 20 seconds, and then plank again. So whichever way you choose to plank, you can have your knees down. You can be on your forearms with your knees down. You can be on your forearms with your knees up. So it's 20 seconds, rest, and then 20 seconds. So let me get my 20-second timer. So many timers, so little brain. Hold on, I gotta set it. Okay, so 20 seconds, whichever works for you. Okay, there we go. 20 seconds, guys. It's not that long. Get that butt down. I need to tell myself that. Get that butt down. So 20 seconds really isn't that long. Okay, down. We're going to rest for 20. Just put your head on your hands. This is my favorite part of it. Okay, one more 20 seconds, hold, and then we'll be done. 20 seconds, here we go. Seconds really isn't that long when you think about it. You can do anything for 20 seconds, except maybe hold your breath. I can't hold my breath for 20 seconds. Or maybe I can. And there we go. We're done. Okay. Get yourself ready for Yoga Nidra. Make sure that you are warm enough or cool enough, as the case may be. Might want to cover your eyes, get a blanket, whatever works for you. I'm going to guide you through a 61-point meditation. Allow your awareness to flow to the points without moving any part of your body. I'll give you a minute to get settled in. The bus outside. Okay. So allow your awareness to flow to the points that I mentioned without moving any part of your body. Like I said, begin with your breath. Breathe in, breathe out. Observe your abdomen as it rises and falls with the gentle flow of your breath. Now bring your awareness to the center of your eyebrows, center of your throat, right shoulder, elbow, wrist, right thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, right wrist, elbow, shoulder, center of your throat, left shoulder, elbow, wrist, left thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, left wrist, elbow, shoulder, center of your throat, spiritual heart center, right side of your chest, heart center, left side of your chest, heart center, navel center, center of your pelvis, right hip, knee, ankle, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, right ankle, knee, hip, center of your pelvis, left hip, knee, ankle, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, left ankle, knee, hip, center of your pelvis, navel center, heart center, center of your throat, center of your eyebrows. This concludes the 61-point guided meditation. Begin to wiggle and stretch. Stretch your legs out if they're bent. Stretch your arms above your head. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Rotate your wrists and your ankles. First one way, and then the other. Now take your right knee and hold it to your chest. Thank you, knee, for everything you do. And straighten that leg out. Take your left knee and hold it to your chest. Thank you, knee. And straighten that leg out. Now bring both knees up to your chest and slowly rock back and forth, feeling that massage on your lower back. Feels good. And when you're ready, Go ahead and roll towards the camera using your lower arm as a pillow. We're going to take our gratitude minute here. Just take a minute to relax. Be grateful. I'm grateful you were here to move with me today. Otherwise, I might not have moved. I'm grateful that I can move. I see people every day that are younger than me that have issues. So just think about the things in your life that you're grateful for. It's always nice to start the day with a grateful heart. Now, when you're ready, come on up to a sitting position. Going to remove my spotlight. You might want to unmute yourself. Hands at your heart. I want to thank you for joining me today, and let's all wish Via a wonderful trip. Via and Russ, and let's hope that Russ doesn't have any more health issues. So let's end the class by saying to each other, Namaste. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you, Kathy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Great class. Thank you.